Hey Joshy, okay, so here's the question right now. The washing machine is working fine, kicking water up and out of this line. I tighten this seal and I tighten this seal, and it's dumping the water this way, no problems. This is your P-trap to keep all of the stinky smells from that way coming back this way and out of your washing machine. All right, so the water is finding a clear path all the way down. This is the first point that would cause concern, but I think this check valve is working fine because there's water flowing through this. I can see it and watch it pass by. There is no water. I thought the water was backing up through here, but basically your water's coming out of this line. Okay, and that's curious because your water is kicking uphill fine from the pump, from this washing machine, going this way, and should be going that way, but it's choosing the path of least resistance, which ironically is uphill, backwards, down here, and out of this pipe. So the question is, and that black pipe that is going into this unused portion of plumbing comes all the way from your water softener. Okay, so that's kicking water up and out, and I'm wondering if that's a relatively new addition. Did somebody that came to visit you, the gentleman that was doing some plumbing for you in the past, did he cut this open and put this pipe in here? Okay, that might be a new change that has exposed a problem here. I'm just guessing, all right, so I'm just running this by you, but water that's coming here and going downhill should be easily able to leave the house and go into whatever system, septic or cesspool system that you've got set up, and not traveling back hill through this pipe, down through this trap, and out of the top. That doesn't make any sense. So that would be the question that I would pose to somebody. And then you've got this pipe that's coming down, I think, from the sink, and this is the confusing part. So you've got water that's coming down, probably in smaller volumes than what your washing machine is forcing into this line, and it's draining with gravity and not coming out here, right? It's continuing from your sink down and out of the house, which means that this is still accommodating gravity feed water in small amounts. But this volume of water from the washing machine being spun out at a high speed is not able to get through this line. So it backs up somewhere on this end and comes back out through here. A test that you could do is fill up both your sinks up top in the kitchen, assuming that this is actually your kitchen drain. Plug your both sides of the sink, fill it all the way up, and open them both at the same time, and come and see if you're having any flow out of this pipe. If you are, then I think what that does is that tells us that your blockage is somewhere on this side of the house. And I know you said you had it snaked, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they snaked it well and that there's still an issue there. Alrighty. So Josh, that pipe is kicking through your basement wall somewhere out on this side, and I can't necessarily find where that's going, so I don't know if that is traveling this way. You probably know where it is, but I think you're going to find your issue there someplace in that side of the line. And I am not seeing any big copper pipe this is connecting to. So I can't confirm that this is actually going down to that pipe. So I'm going to try that test here myself. So I'm going to fill this up, both pretty full, and then I'm going to have Carla pull the plugs out, and I'm going to run down to see if it starts leaking. All right. So Carl is upstairs. We got the sinks full, and I'm gonna have her jerk out both of the stops. Okay. And we're gonna see if it overwhelms this line and sends water up to the top of here. I can hear the water coming out down that line, but it is as of yet not coming out that little area there. Oh, I might have heard a little bit of filling up there. Okay, so no water came out here. So with two full sinks upstairs draining out simultaneously, all that line right here is able to accommodate the water. Comes down here but can't go this way because this check valve stops it, so all the water's kicking that way. This line can accommodate a gravity feed of both sinks being full upstairs, but it cannot accommodate the amount of water that's getting kicked out by this washing machine here. So again, I think that kind of indicates that there's a blockage somewhere on this line, and you could possibly put a check valve here so that the water can't go backwards up through this line. It hits that valve and forces it out that way, but then you could potentially run into water movement problems. So anyway, that's an option you'll want to ask your guy. Hey, since the water's kicking backwards through this line, can we put a check valve right here? All right, and that'll keep the water from going backwards and keep it going that way, but it doesn't correct the initial problem, which is that this line may be blocked in the first place. And it could just be that you need a priest instead of a plumber out here. I don't know.